seeing are talking about like that Oscar De La Hoya, former multi-weight division champion, is talking about he's coming out of retirement or thinking about, or maybe he's actually serious about coming out of retirement and fighting Conor McGregor. I think that's a really dumb move for Oscar De La Hoya because Oscar De La Hoya has been shot for about 10 years now. And his last professional fight that he had with Manny Pacquiao, he was completely shot in that fight. Like, he was shot. Now, people might say, well, he was drained. Because I remember, like, the big deal of that fight was, like, because Oscar was a guy who was fighting at 154 and, or 160, right? And when he fought Manny Pacquiao, he went down to like 147, and he hadn't fought at 147 in many years. I think 6, 7 years. So I remember, like, after the fight, a lot of people were saying, well, the reason Oscar De La Hoya looked shot was because he was drained. But I don't buy that. I just think he was shot. That would be embarrassing if he came back, because if he were to come back and fight Conor McGregor, he would lose to him. He would lose to him because Conor McGregor is way younger, and yeah, he's not a professional boxer. Yeah, he lost to Floyd Mayweather Jr., but Floyd is not shot the way Oscar De La Hoya is, and at least Floyd Mayweather Jr. You know, fought just 2 years ago. It's not like he hadn't fought in like 9 years or whatever. And the crazy part, is that would probably be a big fight because Oscar De La Hoya is a big name in the world of boxing. I mean, when he was fighting, he was a big name, and he'll probably still be a big name. But yeah, that would just be embarrassing, I think, for boxing, because I think he would lose to Conor McGregor. Because Conor McGregor was trying to outbox Floyd Mayweather Jr. But he still lost to Floyd, of course. But just saying, I don't think that is a good thing. I think he should just stay retired. It's kind of like, I remember like a couple of years ago, he took a picture of Oscar De La Hoya, like showing his abs, talking about like he's coming back for Gennady Golovkin. You guys remember that? I remember like a few years ago. I think it was 2014 or something like that. Like Oscar like took the picture on like Twitter or something, and he was like talking like he was gonna come back for Gennady Golovkin, but it never happened. So I just think he's just talking just to keep his name relevant or something. Because I don't think he's gonna do that. But maybe he might, because I think he was jealous of Floyd Mayweather Jr. Because if you remember, Oscar had made Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin on September, and that was like the big fight that everybody was talking about and excited for. And then, like a week or 2 weeks later, Floyd Mayweather Jr. announced him and Conor McGregor would fight. And if you remember, Oscar De La Hoya was like, he said like some derogatory things on social media, basically letting people know he wasn't pleased with this fight. And a lot of people were like, oh, he's just jealous because Floyd Mayweather Jr. is still in the limelight with his fight versus Conor McGregor, and he's still in the limelight to his fighter Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin. And if you think about it, he kind of did, because that fight sold more pay-per-view and stuff. It was like more viewed. But that's just because Conor McGregor has a bunch of fanboys who believed the hype that he was actually going to beat Floyd Mayweather Jr. So yeah. But yeah, overall, I think this is a bad thing. I think this is a not a good thing. I think he needs to just stay retired. I also think that Conor McGregor shouldn't come back to boxing. He needs to stick to what he's good at, and that's MMA. I mean, but the only guy I would I would not care if he came back to fight. Would probably be Paulie Malignaggi because I think he beats Paulie Malignaggi. I think he beats him because Paulie Malignaggi shot. I don't care what Paulie Malignaggi says. He really did get schooled in sparring. I don't care if he says it was edited. He just doesn't want to admit it. He got schooled in sparring. He definitely got schooled. So yeah, that's the only guy I would just want to see fight him, just so like see Conor McGregor beat him, because that'd just be embarrassing for him. But it'd be like funny. But Conor McGregor should just stick to, in my opinion, MMA, because he's gonna dominate there, not in the arena or world of boxing. That's not his. That's not his sport. That's not what he does best. He does best MMA. And I would want to see him versus GSP. That's what I want to see. Although maybe GSP's too big now that he's fighting at middleweight, but that's a fight I want to see. And yeah, guys, it's just that's a lot to say. It's just a little small video talking about this whole Oscar De La Hoya versus Conor McGregor talk. Just letting you guys know my opinion. Yeah.